With Star Wars coming out this week, we figured a lot of people are going to want to play some Star Wars video games. But did you know that you have a lot more options than just Battlefront, Disney Infinity, and the older titles? Yep, you can play some Star Wars games on the go right from your phone. Defeat the rebel scum while you poop, fight with Darth Vader while you ride the train, or annoy other Star Wars fans in the line for Force Awakens with the sounds of R2. We're here to help you out. Now keep in mind, most of these games do have in-app purchases, and while some of these I've spent way too much time on, like Star Wars Commander, seriously, way too much time, some of these other games I did only look up the game type so that I can fill you guys in on a game that fills a certain type, but I didn't get to play them past our initial 2-hour experience. But I will tell you what I think of them, so don't look at these as reviews, just look at this as us telling you about the games. Now I'm going to start right off with Star Wars Uprising. If you're looking for some hack and slash Diablo-esque style gameplay, then this one's for you. You get to build up a small crew that you send on missions, and then you get to work as a bounty hunter yourself going through the storylines. It's not insanely deep in my experience, but the game is pretty solid, allowing you to work towards better equipment and upgrade your gear while having you running daily missions and doing your typical storyline stuff. I did play a lot of this one. The goal is to play the bounty hunter cartel side of the Star Wars universe, but as of a few days ago, they just released the ability to unlock lightsabers and force abilities. Now I do want to say that there appears to be a multiplayer feature so that you can team up with your friends on various missions, but I can't seem to get it working right, and it's either the game or my friends just suck at this game. I'm kind of thinking it's my friends, but hey, I just wanted to warn you guys if you're looking forward to that feature. Now this game is free to play with in-app purchases, and the reason this one was first is because it's actually in continuity following the events of Return of the Jedi. Next up we have Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and it's an interesting battler type game. You recruit people from throughout the Star Wars timeline, and then you battle them in a simple RPG style format, using basic attacks and super attacks to drop your enemies. It has a bit of strategy related to the order you defeat the enemies and when you should play your abilities. This is one of those games that I found after we decided to do this list, and I've spent about 2 hours on it. I really feel like this is something that I'm going to be coming back to, but I can't say much else on it. It's one of those games where you buy cards to get higher starred heroes to be more effective, and I am a sucker for those games. You should see how much time I've spent on Marvel Contest of Champions. I still don't have my 4-star Spider-Gwen. What is wrong with you? Anyway, if you're looking for some free-to-play Star Wars battle action and something that's currently out of continuity, then here you go. Speaking of RPG-style battles, how did I miss that one of my favorite RPGs of all time came out on mobile? So Star Wars The Knights of the Old Republic is a mobile game for about $10 in my app store, even though it claims that it should be $8 elsewhere. I played this one forever ago, and it's set in the same universe as Old Republic. I'm not really sure if those two games are still in continuity. I think they are, but don't hold me to that. There isn't much more to say about this one. It's a full Star Wars RPG, and not only is it one of the best Star Wars RPGs ever, it's one of the greatest RPGs ever. It's perfect! Okay, now let's go to an app RTS game, or an app TS game, a tactical click and wait game. I have no idea what they actually call this, but it's very similar to an RTS style game. Star Wars Commander is basically Clash of Clans with a Star Wars skin. You pick Rebel or Empire, and then you build up your base. I was already hooked on Clash of Clans, but after you put a Star Wars skin on it, I play it like every hour just to clear my banks. It is a story mode which I actually found more engaging than the Clash of Clans one, where you get to fight off smugglers, find their base, attack their base, find mission critical animals, that kind of a thing. Plus, you can challenge other players just like Clash, and you can travel to all of the various worlds in Star Wars. It's a blast. Here's the kicker, and maybe you guys will find this story funny. So originally, I found out about this game because we broke a deal with them to make commercials for them a few months back. You never saw them on this channel because it was for something completely different from Eligible Monster and Comicstorian. Anyway, all of the money that we made producing commercials for this game, we flipped around and spent on gems in the game. I'm so addicted that we basically broke even. But trust me, I'm super high level now. Now for our next game, if you like platformers and you like Star Wars Rebels, then you should check out Star Wars Rebels Missions. Now this one I did check out for 2 hours because I was looking for a platformer to recommend to you guys. It's not terrible, I found it to be a little slippery, and maybe I liked it more than I should have because I love Star Wars Rebels. Either way, you get to run left and right, collect things, swing your lightsaber, and shoot your gun. It's not too bad, and as with a few of the other ones on here, it was completely free with in-app purchases. Next up is Star Wars Galactic Defense. Now this one is a tower defense game, but instead of your normal tower defense where you just put down your guns in a proper position and wait, this one has heroes and villains. So you get to pick your champions, characters like Luke Skywalker or Darth Vader, and you put them in the action. They also get special abilities you get to mess around with. Now it's been a while since I played a tower defense game. I do love them, but they are kind of the same thing. And the last time I played one was Crystal Defenders. You never got to use things like champions in that, so them being in this game I found to be really interesting. It is free to play with in-app purchases, so get your tower defense on. I don't think that saying is going to catch on anywhere. Lastly, I wanted to mention a few other games, even though they're not really going to be on my recommended list. I just wanted to make you aware that they exist. Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga game is in the App Store now. So if you're a fan of those Lego games, or you're looking for something to occupy a small one for a while, here it is. And I will say, I'm a huge fan of Lego games. They're a lot of fun when you're not in the right mindset. Also, you have Star Wars Angry Birds, which is literally Angry Birds with Star Wars hats and some new gravity mechanics. I had an amazing time playing it. I know it's Angry Birds, but it had Star Wars on it. Don't judge me, just don't judge me. And that's about it, the Star Wars app games that we recommend right now so that you can annoy everyone around you with the crazy noises. If you guys enjoyed this and want other app game collections, let us know in the comments down below. Or maybe we can let you guys know what app games we buy each month. I know I spend way too much in in-app purchases. This could be very bad for my bank account if I have to buy more of them for videos.